Здравствуйте. Меня зовут Richard Gom. Приятно познакомиться. So, hello everybody. I'm Richard Gom of Work to Live podcast version. So this time, as title shows, on yet одного, about which I'd like to tell you stories. So first of all, the meaning of the title is he's not alone. And of course, I don't know. This time. I'm not confident. I'm not confident on whether the title is correct in terms of Russian language. In terms of Russian language, and I'm not. So I can't surely say that the title is correct for the for what I want for what I wanted to talk about, and because so what I wanted to talk about is the English version of the title is he is not alone. Anyway, so maybe you have got a question, and so the question is who is he, and who he is. So this time, who he is so the President Putin, or Vladimirovich Putin. So who is the person I'm going to talk about this time? So I'm recording this episode on March in 2022. So the war between Ukraine and Russia has been prolonged. Or the war between Russia and Ukraine has lasted still now. What I wanted to so this time what I wanted you to know this time the conclusion was what I wanted you to know is that President Putin is not alone. There must be somebody supporting his presidency. So I'm going to write what I told you into the description column of this episode. I always do this kind of thing because I do not want other people to waste time for listening to listening to meaningless stuff or meaningless time. So generally, so what I'm telling you is generally, maybe please understand, please understand that I'm talking about things for for you know for my mind of life, or for pastime stuff like that. So please find my podcast. So please find uh, the largest part of my podcast pastimes. So of course, if you find my podcast really useful, I'm really glad to know that. Well, I'm really delighted to know that you have found my podcast really useful. If there is such person, or if there are some such people. Anyway, so coming back to the original topic of this episode. So why I thought it's because I'm sorry. Anyway, so there's a crack. There was a crack. So why I thought this is because to start with, as you know, so if you I think you can understand if you are grown up, but there, so one person one person can do is limited. So what I told you is real what I told you is really abstract stuff, or really obscure stuff. So in this case, or in the case of the warfare happening or taking place between Russia and Ukraine, so I do not think that I do not think President Vladimir Putin can do such a big thing by himself. Of course, so President Putin has really a strong power over the territory of Russian Federation. So I admit that, and I think that is a fact. But actually, thinking about the history of Russia, so I do not think he can handle such a big deal like the war between Ukraine and Russia only by himself. So that is because so what I'm saying is that what I'm saying that is like so if he told other if he told others so his people to provoke a war between Ukraine and Russia, or if he said if he said stuff like, or maybe he may anyway if he said stuff like stuff like he wanted to start a war or start wars between Russia and Ukraine, or against Ukraine, putting myself in the position, or putting yourself in the position, in the shoes of, or in the position of President Putin. So as other people or other bureaucrats would act against him. So which is what I thought. So if other bureaucrats are not willing to follow his order, of course so if Russian bureaucrats are governed, or if Russian bureaucrats are reigned or controlled by the extreme fear given by or exerted by President Putin, so such a warfare, or such a huge or long-lasting war might be maybe possible. But actually, so what I wanted to tell you this time is that so some bureaucrats may get some benefits from Mr. Vladimir Putin, or the President Putin, which is what I thought, which is why so there must be some bureaucrats, or some people who can get some benefits by the war between Ukraine and Russia, or so better, or another case is that there are some people who may take loss, or who may lose their own benefits by by Ukraine joining NATO. So the fact that not the fact. So there is an event that Ukraine wants to join NATO, which provoked the war between which provokes the war between Ukraine and Russia, which has lasted still now, or to until this time. So I don't. So of course, I don't know when the war is going to end. But actually, the current situation is like that. So thinking about which, so I thought there are some Russian bureaucrats who may get benefits by the war between Russia and Ukraine, or who may take losses, or who who may get who may incur some disadvantages or losses by the events that Ukraine joining, or Ukraine entering NATO group, or Ukraine becoming a member of NATO. So which is why that war was provoked, which is what I thought. Anyway, so which is why I thought whether it is correct that President Putin was proceeding that war only by himself, or only based on his own will. So I spoke up difficult stuff. So what else? So how should I say better? Using better using better another using better expression, or using another manner. So in terms of, so I said maybe in the beginning of this episode, I said that in terms of the history of Russia, so I do not think that he could proceed such a huge war, or such severe war between Russia and Ukraine only based on only his will, which is what I was trying to say. But actually, so that country had a lot of revolts or rebellions caused by for example, some military people working for the emperors of Russia. Like so, maybe it was the era of Emperor Piotr or Emperor Peter. So during the reign or during the tenure of Emperor Peter, so there was a revolt, or there were revolts caused by military people or the soldiers of Russia against that emperor. So such things happen, and those revolts, or that revolt happened during the time when Emperor Peter was studying in West European countries for maybe for improving the situations of his country or Russia. So such things happen. So it is why So what I thought is that so Russian people are not reluctant to revolt or to provoke the rebellions or to rebel against the current government, which is what I thought. So which is why so if Russian, for example, which is why I thought if there is no Russian bureaucrat, or if there is no Russian people having some strong powers over Russian territory, who get some benefits from President Putin. So President Putin might be killed, or might be assassinated, or might be murdered by somebody having strong power over Russian territory. So so what I wanted to tell you this time is that if there is no benefit trickling to people working for President Putin, so there must be some revolts or rebellions against Vladimir Putin, which is what I thought. Which is why and the fact is there's no revolt. Of course, there are many. I think there are many demonstrations against President Putin. So creating Niet Wojny, or no war in English language. But there's as long as I know, and as long as I know, in this present time, there's no revolt, or there's no rebellion against Vladimir Putin, or Mr. Vladimir Putin. So thinking about such a fact, I thought there must be some bureaucrats who get some benefits, or who would get some losses by the events that Ukraine becomes a member of NATO. So which is what, of course, what I told you. What I told you is a hallucination, or what I fabricated in my mind. So which is why I don't know anything about the truth inside the Russian government. Maybe few people know. Maybe few people know the reality, or the truth of inside the Russian government. Inside the Russian government. Anyway, so this time I couldn't speak well, and what I spoke out was really difficult this time. So, and why I created this episode this time is because people say not some people, but many people say that it was just one person who caused that war, or it was one person who provoked, or who began that war taking place between Russia and Ukraine. So and who is that one person is President Putin, or President Vladimirovich Putin. But actually, but which is why I thought it was, but which is why I got a question, and the question the question is, so whether it is such a thing is likely to occur or not, which is the question I got. So the question is whether such a thing is likely to occur or not. So like that's concretely speaking, or speaking out the details. So speaking out the details. So whether only one person, Mr. Vladimir Putin, can proceed such a severe war between Ukraine and Russia. And I didn't think that such a thing was likely to happen. So which is why I created this episode. So so there is of course there is an information that there's a piece of information that President Putin had some kind of disease, or President Putin had a Parkinson disease, stuff like that. Which is why such a person having some disease, or having some severe disease, can control businesses, particularly to like so if President Putin has some kind of severe disease like Parkinson disease, so I don't think he can handle things related to related to the severe war between Ukraine and Russia, which is what I thought. Which is why there may be some bureaucrats who may be controlling Vladimir Putin, for example. This is also my hallucination. This is also one of my hallucinations, or one of my fabrications. Please understand stuff like that. So coming back to the original topic of this episode, so he is not alone, and who is he? The answer is President Putin. And President Putin, so the conclusion is President Putin is not alone. There must be somebody supporting his presidency, which is what I thought, and supporting his presidency, including the warfare taking place between Ukraine and Russia. So that's it. Thank you very much for your listening. See you.